Picture yourself in the middle of a terrible storm. The wind blows through the air very quickly and pulls on everything in its path. Raindrops hit like tiny shards, being very sharp and not forgiving. The world looks like it's about to fall apart as trees bend and break under the weight. Still, you stand there like a mountain in the middle of all this chaos. No outside force can pull you out of your place because your roots are so deep. The storm is rough around you, but it doesn't get to you. The chaos and noise just blow away like wind blowing over a solid rock. Imagine that you could carry this peace and strength with you all the time. Would it be nice to be able to handle mean words, disapproving looks, or tense situations without losing your cool? To have a center that is so steady that nothing can throw you off? People can achieve this goal. It's not an impossible dream or a gift for a select few. Anyone who wants it can do so, but you have to be aware of it and be willing to go on an inner journey to find your inner strength. Let me lead you on this path to unbreakable inner strength, which is based on the deep teachings of Carl Jung, who was a master at understanding how minds work. We will learn together how to free yourself from outside influences and create inner peace that no storm can break. Don't ignore reality or act like problems don't exist. What you need to do is something much more powerful. Turn your inner world into a safe place where you can find strength and clarity that guides you and protects you. Get ready, because what's coming next could change everything about your life. Your mind can be your safest place and a place of complete freedom. Everything can be changed by this spiritual truth. We have the power to focus on ourselves. There are times when life feels like a delicate balance between the problems we face in the world and the stability we find inside ourselves. How often have you been hurt by someone's judgment, a mean comment, an unflattering look, or a choice that seemed to make you less important? At those times, it's simple to feel like a leaf blown by the wind, helpless against outside forces. But here's the real truth. These outside forces are only as strong as we make them. Carl Jung taught us that in order to be truly free, we must not change the outside world or the way other people act. Instead, we must look within ourselves and deal with the parts that make us open to these influences. We already have the keys to freedom inside us, ready to set us free from the chains of fear, judgment, and the need to be liked. Light up the shadows inside. When Jung talked about bringing light to the shadows, he meant the parts of our minds that we try to hide or avoid. Fears we don't want to talk about, insecurities that eat away at our confidence, and limiting beliefs that tell us we're not good enough are all part of these shadows. They stay in the dark corners of our minds, slowly changing how we act and react. But these shadows aren't there to be scared of or avoided. They're there to help you grow. They can teach us how to break free and find our strength again. We can see these hidden areas more clearly when we shine a light on them. These areas include fears that come from past hurts, insecurities that come from other people's words or actions, and beliefs we've held onto that no longer serve us. This is the first thing you need to know to get to freedom. When we face these parts of ourselves, we find that they are not problems to be solved, but rather steps toward greater clarity and inner peace. Truth be told, life's storms will keep coming, but they don't have to shake you. To be truly peaceful and strong, you don't need to change the weather. Instead, you need to be firmly rooted in one place so that the winds can't move you. When you accept this journey of self-discovery, you'll find that nothing can upset the peace you've created inside. This is the gift of being free inside. This isn't something the world gives you. You make it inside yourself. And once you have it, no storm, word, or criticism can take it away. We can't get rid of our fears, insecurities, and doubts just by ignoring them. Instead, they quietly affect the things we do, the people we meet, and even how we let other people treat us. But now we see things in a very different way. These shadows are not our enemies. Carl says that they are messengers, or guides, who bring us the chance to grow. Picture going into a room that is completely dark. At first, you might be scared because you can't see what's inside. But when you turn on the light, what looked dangerous shows up, usually as harmless shapes that got messed up in the dark. This is what happens when we see the parts of ourselves that are hidden. By looking at these shadows, we can find out where they came from. A fear based on a painful memory, an insecurity caused by someone's words, or a limiting belief we've held for too long. Now think about this. What if these shadows were on your side? What if every fear was a key to inner strength, every doubt was a lesson, and every limiting belief was a chance to change the course of your life? It's not easy to face these things, but it's the first step toward real freedom. We can take back the power they have over us by facing them with courage. Jung was right. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it destiny. What we avoid inside shapes our outside world. But here's the freeing truth. We can change our path one moment of awareness at a time. How do you start this change then? To begin, just do these 3 easy things. Step 1. Watch without responding. The first thing to do is train yourself to pay attention to your feelings without reacting right away when you are criticized or provoked. Pause and take a deep breath. Think, is this situation defining me, or is it showing me something I can work through? There is a gap between what happens and how you react when you observe. Giving yourself the space to see things as they really are is not the same thing as hiding your feelings. Think about watching what's going on as if you were an outsider, not involved in the drama. Taking a neutral stance lets you act wisely instead of letting your feelings guide you. In order to do this, slowly count to 10 before you react to a strong emotion. Take deep breaths in for 4 seconds, hold them for 4 seconds, and then let them out for 6 seconds. Keep going until you feel calm. Picture the scene from someone else's point of view. What would a third party say to you in this situation? Step 2. Make your core stronger. Carl Jung said that living in harmony with your true self is what makes you truly strong. This process needs you to be honest with yourself. Think about what's important to you. What rules do you use to make decisions? What lines do you need to keep safe? People in the outside world have less power to upset you when you know your core values and stick to them. Think of your inner core as the roots of a big tree, deep, strong, and able to hold you up in any storm. To strengthen your core, you need to be clear about what you believe in, what you are willing to give up, and what you will not compromise on. This self-alignment gives you the courage to deal with criticism, judgment, or being provoked without feeling like you have to react or make other people happy. You're steady as a rock in the middle of a rough river. To build your core strength, do these things. 1. Write down your core values. Make a list of the 5 values that best describe who you are. Think about them every day as guiding principles. 2. Write down rules. Pay close attention to when someone goes too far with you. Say what you want to say in a calm but firm way. Say something like, "This doesn't feel right to me," or "I'm not okay with this." 3. Write a manifesto for yourself. In a few sentences, describe the kind of person you want to be and the values you stand for. When doubts come up, read this again to ground yourself in your truth. Step 3. Change the bad energy. Even though negative emotions are often uncomfortable, They have the power to change things. Jung taught us that what we push down doesn't go away. It stays in the background and shapes our lives without us being aware of it. Instead of trying to avoid what makes you feel bad, face it with interest. Think, why does this situation affect me so deeply? Or, what belief within me is causing this reaction? Every difficult emotion is a chance to learn more about yourself. Anger could mean that you need to set a new boundary. Fear could mean that you have a limiting belief that is holding you back. And sadness could mean that you need to let go of something that is no longer serving you. You can use these feelings to help you grow and be stronger if you understand them. Useful ways to change negative energy. 1. Write down your feelings. Write down what happened, how you felt, and what you learned whenever you have a strong emotion. This reflection will help you find lessons and patterns. 2. Visualization that is creative. When you're around negative energy, picture turning it into something good. Imagine that your fear turns into light or your anger into a strong shield that protects you. 3. Turn gratitude around. Look for the lesson, even when things are hard. For example, a criticism could help you find ways to improve yourself, which would make you stronger. How to become strong for good. Becoming an observer, strengthening your core, and changing negative energy are the 3 most important things you can do to make sure that outside negativity doesn't control your life. It takes practice to become a master, but the benefits are huge. You'll find a strength inside you that is much greater than you thought possible once you start this journey. Which step do you want to take the most right now? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear how you take care of your inner world. If what you read here has moved you, please join our Telegram community and the Mental Dose channel to get more spiritual and wise content. If you thought this was helpful, please share it with someone who could use these lessons. Thanks for being a part of this. Keep your strength and light close until next time.